Hello, everybody. Are ya there? Oh, Lord. If you could only be here with me and seeing the disaster I have created. Hold on. Have you ever had the saying, if it'll happen to me? Okay, we're going to go with it, see what happens. Sorry about that. Oh my gosh. I was setting up my phone to try to go live, and the clip that holds my phone snapped back. My hand flew off. I hit my water bottle and tipped it over. Luckily, it fell on the floor, but half its contents dumped out on the floor right under where I'm sitting. I don't know why I always have to be such a hot mess. I would like off the Hot Mess Express train. Oh my gosh. Well, what an entrance this is, eh? My goodness. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me. And I forgot my banner, I see. Oh, nope. I got it. It's right here. Just not in place. There it is. Okay, let's try this again. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Kristen Conant, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I am in northwestern Michigan. It's actually more mid-Michigan in my opinion, but I think they do call us. Anyhow, I am so glad you're here today. I hope you have grabbed yourself a beverage and are ready for some creating. Happy Good Friday to everybody. I hope everybody has a wonderful and blessed Easter this year. And I hope you enjoy your day with your family and friends, all the loved ones that you want to be with. Yeah. So today I want to go through this beginning part as quickly as I can because I have lots of cards to do with you. I have done some of the work ahead of time, so today is going to be fast and furious, just so you know. But with that, Facebook only saves our videos now for 30 days. However, once I am done with my live, I do upload it over on YouTube. So you can go over to YouTube, hit the bell, and subscribe to my page. And any time that I have a video loaded, you can, of course, go over there and see any of my previous videos. And I would love to have you over there. And as you know, it does help us out just by following us, liking, sharing our pages with your friends. So thank you so much for that. Okay. I want to go over real quickly what's happening here in the Create with Love Studio. I have my 6-card class on Monday, so it's too late to RSVP for that because I've already prepped for that class. And there won't be any other classes for the month of April because we are getting ready to leave on vacation a week from Sunday. So with that, Monday, April 28th is normally a class for me. We are not having class that day because I will not be here. But the next event that I am having here in the Stampin' Studio is on Monday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, and we are doing a catalog launch party. If you want to attend, please let me know ASAP. That is going to be here so fast. We are like 2 weeks out from that. Oh my gosh, so much going on. I'm so excited. So please RSVP so I can get you in. I'd love to have you here. But with that, you can set your calendar, even though I don't know what classes I'm going to be doing yet. I have not chosen my product-based classes for the coming up months, but I can guarantee you there will be classes. The first and last Monday of every month, I do a product-based class. The second Monday of every month, I do my 10-card class. The third Monday of every month, I do my 6-card class. And then the third Thursday of the month, I do a kit class. So you can mark your calendars and be ready for the months coming up. If you would like to attend classes here in the Create Flow Studio, I sure would love to have you. Quick reminder, there was a little bit of a price increase, and it was minimal. Thank you. Glad for that. But you have until May 10th. No. Scratch that. Yeah. From April 11th through May 10th. Oh, good Lord. Through May 10th to sign up for the next Paper Pumpkin. What is Paper Pumpkin? It is a box of crafting fun that is delivered to you at your door. And this next month is geared toward the men for Father's Day. But if you don't have a dad, my condolences to you. I understand how hard that can be as, with those kind of holidays. But nature cards, in my opinion, make wonderful, wonderful sympathy cards as well, or get well cards, or happy retirement cards for men and or women. So don't let the fact that Father's Day is part of that deter you from these kits. Oh my gosh, our Paper Pumpkin kits have come a very, very long ways from our beginning, and I absolutely love them. You are missing out if you do not subscribe, because there is exclusive products in these kits, and it is the only way that you can get them. Okay, so again, May 10th for that. Then, did you know that not only does Stampin' Up! Have a catalog, but we have just launched a new computer system, and we are going, how should I say it, more virtual. We still have catalogs, however, we are doing more of an online appearance, and many of you are probably already frequent shoppers on several different sites online. Well, Stampin' Up! Is joining that realm as well. So with that, in our online exclusives, I wanted you to know that not all of our products are shown in any of our publications. They are shown online. So if you want to see everything that Stampin' Up! Has to offer, please go online. Also, what happened on the 15th is, with this launch of this new system, we have a new rewards program. Super exciting. So now, anytime you place a $20 order or more online, you will receive Stampin' Rewards if you are registered online, which means you have to go online and set up your own account. And with that, some of you might support other demonstrator friends that you have, so you might shop with more than one person. So with that, please be sure to double check that the person that you are wanting to shop with is listed in your page, so that you know, because that demonstrator will receive credit. If that demonstrator is not selected, they will not receive credit. Okay, so please be sure to check that out. So go online, check out all the online exclusives. While you're on there, don't forget we have a scrapbooking section, a scrapbooking brochure. Wonderful, wonderful products in here that are not just for scrapbooking. I love these products for card making as well. So again, think outside of the box, not just scrapbooking, go to card making. Okay, mini catalog and our annual catalog. Let me flip this around here. Both of these catalogs are quickly coming to an end. You have through May 5th to shop from these catalogs. Now, some of the products, however, are on a last chance ordering. That means those products are not going to be carrying over. Some of you might be used to some products carrying over. If it is a last chance item, once it is gone, it is gone. Whether it's in a catalog or not, because we are at the end of these catalogs and they are trying to, of course, get rid of this inventory and bring in the new inventory. So what that means to you is do not wait to go on and purchase those things that you want, okay? So go on and check those out. Likewise, some of the last chance products, not all of them, there are several that are not, but there are some that are at a reduced price. So just saying, go on there, get yourself registered so you have your own account so you can get rewards. And yes, if you place an order with an account set up and you opt in, you will earn rewards with an order from here on out. Okay, so please go on there and do that. So these two catalogs, again, like I said, they are until May 5th unless the products sell out. So I wanted you to know that. And then look at our beautiful new catalog coming. Now, I cannot show you what's between the covers of this until the catalog goes live. So I'm showing you this to let you know that I do have catalogs here with me now in my studio. So if you are local to me, if you're one of my customers and you would like your catalog, please let me know and you can drop by and pick up your catalog, okay? And mark your calendar for May 5th as well, because that is my launch. You'll be able to see some of these products and the new online exclusives that are being released at the same time. I have some of those on hand, so you'll actually get to see them, touch them, feel them, because they do look so much different in person than they do online or in a catalog. Just saying. And we have so much fun. It's Cinco de Mayo. Of course we're gonna have fun, right? So let me know RSVP so we can get you in on that date. Okay, how was that for Fast and Furious? Even though we had a wonderful kind of a start. Okay, guys, I'm hoping I can get through all of these, but I have 9 projects today. 9 projects. So, we are going to be going super duper fast, as fast as I can anyways, and create these cards with you. These cards happen to be cards that we just did here in my Create with Love studio at my 10 card class. So I want to show you these cards because many of the products that I've used on these cards are, guess what? They are retiring. They're not going to be available anymore. So just a little something to show you some of these products in action one last time. Okay, so here we go. And by the way, a lot of these cards are not my original cards. I found them online. So if one of these cards is yours, thank you so much. And I probably won't say whose card it is because I don't remember. And so I apologize for that ahead of time, but hopefully you will like them. Okay, so this first card, we are using a piece of Petunia Pop, right? And it is 8.5 by 5.5 squared at 4 1/4, folded in half. Then I have a piece of 4 by 5 1/4, and I ran it through our embossing folder, timber embossing folder. This one is going out, so just so you know for that. These two shapes are not being discontinued on the dies. However, I use them all the time. And then I do not remember which DSP this is, but it is one of the ombre DSPs that we have in our catalog. So you want to go on and check that out. Love these colors. Yeah, Petunia Pop, I believe it is. So if I misspeak and somebody is on here and knows the product that I might have said wrong, will you please correct me? I'm good with that. I don't mind being corrected if I'm wrong, because I don't want the wrong information out there. So I'm just putting these on with our multi-purpose liquid glue. There we go. On there like so. And then, let's see, I need to cut this a little bit, and I forgot my other trimmer. So hopefully this will work. There we go. So there is that. Okay, again, trying to be quick. Okay, so we're gonna put this on our base now, like so, and see if I can find the stamp set. This is called Thoughtful Wishes that I am using. And so I'm going to bring in the circle now, and I need a scratch piece of paper. And I am going to use a little bit of balmy blue on this one and one of our blending brushes. And I'm going to ink up some of the blue, take off some of it, and just add to the sky here. Okay. All right, it doesn't have to be real dark, just enough so that you can tell that it's not white. See, when you lay it against the white piece of paper, you can see that it stands out just a little bit, so that looks good to me. So done with the balmy blue, and now I'm going to bring in our Memento Black ink. And I have created my own Memento ink pad because I find the one that is done by the company tends to dry out too fast for me. So I have created my own, and I've stamped on the flower, the group of flowers from the Thoughtful Wishes. And now I am going to bring in the greeting. I believe is also from this. And because I can see down through my black, I know right where to stamp. So there is that. And now I am going to grab my two blends that were right here. There they are. I knew they had to be here. If you guys could see my desk off to the side, you'd be like, oh Lord, how's she gonna do this? So I'm using our Stampin' Blends markers, which are alcohol-based markers. And for the most part on today's projects, I have done this ahead of time. And I probably should have done this one, but you know, I need to do some stamping with you, right? Don't want to do it completely ahead of time. Okay. So, and we're just doing straight coloring, no blending. And now we're coming in with the Petunia Pop. Adding to the flowers here. Now with the alcohol-based markers, what I love so much about them is because they have a solvent ink in them, they do not show stroke marks. You know how when you color with crayons, you can tell how you colored with them? These blend out so beautifully. I love it. So that is our Stampin' Blends. So now I'm gonna put this aside, and I need my dimensionals. And so I need to cut some of these apart. And we're putting dimensionals on the back of this. And then we're going to peel off the backings. Okay. And so I thought we'd start with this one because I show you some stamping. So if you've not stamped before, that might be something a little new for you. So now against this card base, can you now see the blue that I brushed on? Isn't that pretty? And so now I know my dimensionals need to be low, so that yeah, so because of the circle, you'll see here in a second, they're going to overlap. And so I want to make sure I'm at the bottom of my greeting here. And take the backings off from that. And see, this is the top of the greeting doesn't have the dimensional. So when you put it on here, it now layers over the circle like so. There you go. There is card number 1. What do you guys think of that? Okay, card number 2, piece of basic white, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then I have another piece that is 4 by 5 1/4 that I use the eyelet embossing folder for. And I'm trying to remember if this one is carrying over or not. I do not remember that. This is a piece of our Peach Pie designer series paper. Now this designer series paper is retiring, even though the color is staying. This pattern is retiring though. Stampin' Up updates our in color DSPs and our color family DSPs every year, so we can have fresh new designs in those colors in which to work with. So I'm putting multi-purpose liquid glue on there because there's a lot of texture on here from embossing. And I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this. And then this is now going to go on our card front. Okay. And then I took a piece of basic white that is 2 3/4 by 4 and took our black Memento ink, stamped the flowers. The pot is separate, as is the design, and stamped and colored those in already. Remember I said I wanted to save you some time from watching. So I went ahead and did that first. So now I'm going to put on my greeting, and it says, "Hello, friend." And this set is, let me see, let me see. It is Country Flowers is where this one came from. So my greeting is done. So now I need to flip this over, put dimensionals on the back of this. Okay. Whoops, got 2 there, and 1 more. There we go. So peel off the backings to the dimensionals, and we will have card number 2 done. So if you were here for this class and you were wondering again how the cards were done, you will have the opportunity to see those again. So there we go. All right, this next card again is a piece of basic white. It is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, perfect size card. Then I took another piece of basic white that is 2.5 by 3.5. Then I needed a piece of basic white that is 5/8 of an inch by 2.5. I need a piece of lemon lime that is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then I took a piece of lemon lolly that is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and I ran it through another embossing folder. And double check, I don't remember again if this one is staying or if it is retiring. So you want to check that out. Like I said, not everything I used is retiring. The stamp sets I do know are. So yeah. So go on, check that out. So there is that. Okay, now I need these two to do my stamping on. And so I'm going to use my Memento Black again. And I am going to use the flower. And this particular one, that is the outline flower. This one is from... It is Sentimental Park, and this one is retiring, so that is the outline to the flower. Here is the outline to the stem, okay? And then on this one, I need our greeting, and it is from the set as well. It says, "Let's celebrate," so I'm gonna... Because it's photopolymer, I can look right down through and see that I get it right where I need to. So there is that one. A couple more things to stamp here real quick. I need my lemon lime twist, is it? Yes. This one I don't use a whole lot. I don't know why. I just never think to grab it. And I love it, so I don't know why it doesn't get enough love from me, but it did this round. And then Poppy Parade is our next ink. Okay. So I'm inking up the Poppy Parade flower. And I see there's something on here. So let's try to ink it up. There it goes. I got it. I'm going to look down through my stamp so I know right where to stamp. There we go. Close this up. And now I need adhesive on the back of this one. And hopefully you can see, hopefully I'm staying on, in view, in camera. And if you have joined me, I am sorry I haven't said hello to you. It is not showing me if anybody is on here. There is, and it doesn't say anything. Please say hi again so I can say hello. Hello, hello. Thank you. Hello. Why is everybody shy to say hi? Sometimes you do say something, but then for whatever reason, Facebook won't show me who was here until after the fact. So annoying. Rude, I say. Because then I can't see and say hi. It's not that I don't want to. It's not showing me who is. Hey, it's Dawn. Hey, it's Pat. Are you both here? Hey, hi guys. Thanks for jumping on. Happy Good Friday. Okay, so then this is going to go centered on the card. And then I just have this, which I also need to put dimensionals on. Theme of the day today, by the way, is dimensionals, in case you haven't caught that. Dimensionals and quick, right? So, here is this. There we go. That is card number 3. Okay? Okay, card number 4. We need some gorgeous gray, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, perfect size card. Then I need a piece of basic white that is 4 by 5 1/4, and then I need another piece of basic white to die cut my greeting. So there is that. And the inks that I'm going to use on this one is Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, and Shaded Spruce. So I need a scrap piece of paper here. And so I'm going to grab my white piece. And so the first thing I'm going to do is grab my Shaded Spruce. And I'm going to work on this actually sideways. And I am going to ink up. I lost the legs underneath my glass mat again, so sorry for all the extra racket. It rocks if I don't put pressure on it downward. So annoying. But my legs keep coming off. Those little rubber stoppers on the bottom keep coming off. I even got new ones to put on there, and they came off too. So, oops, I need that one more time. I cleaned it too fast. Ink it up, and I need to go to the opposite corner, and this one is going to go up there like so. That's what we have so far. Okay. And so close that up, and now I need Gorgeous Grape. This one coming in, and I'm going to ink this one up, and we're going to stamp 1, 2, and 3, turn it around, and we're going to do one cluster right there, like so. Okay, and Gorgeous Grape, I am going to grab that Hello Friend again, because I made this an Easter card in class, but I don't send out as many Easter cards as I do other cards. So we're going to turn it into a Hello Friend. Okay, there's that. One more color. We have Highland Heather here yet to stamp with. And did you know that you could get multiple colors from one ink pad? You can. I'm going to show you. So we're going to ink this up. Try to get away from the rocking. I'm going to ink this up. And then here in this corner, I'm going to stamp it once and stamp it again without re-inking. Can you see the different tones? Isn't that cool? And stamp it off so I can do another one over here. So it helps to fill in. So we're inking up again. We're going to go here, stamp off over here, ink it back up. We're going to stamp here, stamp off there. Do another full strength here, half strength there, ink it up, stamp off, and right there. There we go. And then I forgot something in Gorgeous Grape, so I'm going to bring that back in. And somewhere, there it is, I think. It is, are my butterflies from the stamp set. And this stamp set, by the way, I forgot to tell you that. This stamp set is... oh, I didn't bring it over here. Is a Perennial Lavender, I think it is. And I believe it is retiring as well. So there are my butterflies like so. Okay, stamping is all done on this one now. So now I need to put adhesive on the back of here. Okay. This is going to go on here like so, and then I need dimensionals on the back of this. I'm using the edge of my dimensionals. I see a lot of people, once they used all the pre-cut dimensionals, they'll throw the rest of it away. Don't do that. You're wasting your money. That whole edge is usable real estate. So don't throw it away. So there's our greeting, and there is our card. So that's 1, 2, 3. That was card number 4. Okay, card number 5. I used a piece of Shy Shamrock that is 8.5 by 5.5, again scored at 4 1/4. Then I cut a piece of Basic White that is 4 by 5 1/4. And then I cut a piece of the Mixed Floral DSP that is currently on online, and I believe this one is staying. This is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, but it's the Shamrock, and it's got this like tie-dyed effect to it, and I loved it with this card, and you'll see why here in just a second. But then you need a piece of basic white that is 4 by 4, and for this card I had used the Fields and Bloom stamp set. It is a photopolymer 2-step stamping, so I inked up the leaves, the petals, and the leaves, the foliage, there we go, in the Shy Shamrock, and stamped it on a piece of white. Then I used Pretty in Pink, and those two colors, by the way, are carrying over, I believe. They're in the other color group. Then I took the flower stamp, because it's a 2-step stamping, inked those up in Pretty in Pink, and stamped those on here. And then I took one of our circles from our Nature's, I think it's Nature by Design or Natural by Design circles, and went ahead and die cut this out. And now I'm just poking out some of the little bits that were left from die cutting, because they didn't all come out. So I'm poking those out real quick here. I know, we might go over an hour, and that's okay, right? It's a holiday. It's meant for fun, right? To enjoy your day. And what better way to enjoy your day than to stamp, right? So there is our piece after it's all been die cut. So now all I have left is to stamp my greeting on here. So I'm going to bring this in. And I'm going to bring in the Shy Shamrock ink. Okay. And I am using the greeting that says happy birthday. And this one came from, it was a different set. Which one did this one come from? Oh dear. Oh, I think this one was from, it is also retiring. It is the beach scene. There is a Coast Guard hut. There's a surfboard. All kinds of fun things. It's a beach scene. So that's where this greeting came from. So there is that. And so now we just need to put this one together. Okay. And then this one is going to go on that basic white, like so. And then adhesive on the back of this one. And I bet you can't guess what I got to put on the back of the circle. Did you figure it out? I'm sure you did. Dimensionals. What is not to love about dimensionals, right? Okay, so again, I'm cutting these down. Okay. All right, let's get some dimensionals, whoops, on here. How is this for rapid fire stamping today? Pretty fast, huh? I know when you probably heard me say that I wanted to do 9 cards, you were probably like, not happening. Well, it is, because there is no rules that I have to be done at a certain time, right? Right. Oops. So that means you can stay on and watch me until I get them all done, no matter what time it is, right? That's my theory anyways. Okay, so those are peeled off now. And so then this is going to go on here, like so. There we go. There's that card. So now we're 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was card number 5. card number 6. Are you ready? Card number 6, I did quite a bit ahead of time. We took a piece of Coastal Cabana, does 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then I took another piece of Coastal Cabana that is 4 by 5 1/4, and I ran it through our, I think it's called Birch Bark embossing folder, and I believe this one is staying, so I'm super excited about that. This stamp set and dies is from Encircled in Nature, which was an online exclusive, and I love this one. I used it quite a bit here in the studio. And I took one of the dies that are in there and cut those out ahead of time. Then I needed a piece of basic white that was 1 3/4 by 3 1/2, and I stamped the flowers on it, die cut it out, colored them all in already so they're ready to go. And then I took a piece of basic white that was 4 by 4, used crumb cake, and I stamped this ring on there, the wreath, and I used our die and went ahead and cut that out as well. Now I need the greeting for this. And can you see that gap there? I know how my card's going to look, so I know I want that opening over to the side, to the left-hand side, because I know it will be covered. And I'm going to take the greeting out of this stamp set, ink it up in Memento Black, and then this is going to go center of the circle, like so. So that's done. Now we just need to put this all together. Okay, so now I'm going to take this one and put adhesive on the back of the embossed piece, and this is going to go on here like so. And then this one is also going to be flat, so adhesive multi-liquid glue on the back of this one. And this one is going to go on here. And I know one thing I forgot to bring is my silicone craft sheet. Now, when I put the circle on, I am shifting it so it goes more to my right-hand side with the bigger gap on the left, and you'll see why here in just a second. So now I'm going to take my flowers that I've already stamped and die cut, and I'm going to put Stampin' Dimensionals down toward the bottom on these. And then this is going to go on here, like so. And now these little sprigs that I die cut ahead of time, I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back. So here you could use our adhesive sheets when you went to die cut these, but I forgot them, so there's that. So this is going to get shoved up under here. Now you know why I left the dimensionals down low. So there's that one. And now I am going to put a little bit of adhesive on this side, and then this one is going to go up under there like so. There we go. There's the card. Okay, so that's card number 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 6. That's 6 cards. Let me see. My next card, I used Rainy Days. And that is, or sorry, Playing in the Rain, not Rainy Days. Playing in the Rain. It's a super cute set. There's dies that coordinate with it. Love it. So for this card, I need a piece of basic white that is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Perfect size card again. Then I took a piece of 4 by 5 1/4, ran it through the embossing folder. I don't remember what this is called. I call it weave. It looks like what did they used to call that? Anyways, it caning that they used to do on chairs and stuff when we were kids, and I believe that one is being discontinued. So This one is a great one for many different things, so don't miss out on that. Then you need a piece of basic white that is 2 1/4 by 2 3/4 to stamp your bunny on. I already cut him out, colored him in, all the things. And then I need a piece of Granny Apple Green that is 2 1/4 by 5 1/4, a piece of basic white that is 2 by 5 1/4. Then I took a piece of the Granny Apple Green Designer Series paper that was 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Cut that out, and then I took another piece of basic white and once again cut out the labels from the, I think it's called Stylish Shapes. And so for this one, I am going to take Memento Black, and I'm taking the greeting out of our storybook greetings that is in the mini catalog right now, and it says somebody loves you. I just thought it was so cute. Somebody loves you. Okay, now I need my scrap piece of paper, so I'm going to bring that in, and then I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to take the flowers from that stamp set, ink it up in Memento Black, and I'm going to stamp one here, and we're going to do one here, we're going to do another one about here, and then we're going to do one here, and one here like so. So there's my stamping is all done now. And then I took my Stampin' Blends. This one is Dark Lemon Lolly, and again, Granny Apple Green. And for the lolly, I just real quickly doing the center of the flowers. I also use Lemon Lolly on the rabbit's raincoat. I use Crumb Cake on the rabbit to color him in. And I used Light Bubble Bath for him nose. Gave him a little nose. So again, just coloring the leaves. I know I could have done this ahead of time, but I wanted you to see how simple. Everybody thinks they have to color everything in. Well, you don't have to on white daisies, right? The white's already there, so all you need is the yellow to make the centers pop. So now we just need to put this together. So this one is now going to go on here, down at the bottom, but centered from left to right. Line it up so it meets at the top. Then I'm going to put adhesive on the back of here. And then this one is going to go on this piece that was embossed. And so this is going to go over here like so. Okay, just giving it a time to dry here for a minute. Now I'm going to take the adhesive, put adhesive on the back of this one. And this one is going to go on here. Now, these cards, remember I said were cards that we did it at my 10 card class. One of the cards was a super big hit, and so there were no extra card kits left over. And so I said, well, you know what? That's okay, because I don't even know if I'm going to get through 9 cards on a live. But we are cooking with gas, aren't we? We're trying, guys. Okay, there is the circle. Take the dimensionals off from this one. And then this one is going to go on here like so. And then I need I need dimensional over here to this side. And you could do glue dots, but not taking time to get those out. So I just did liquid glue on that corner because I know the corner is going to be up on that circle. Okay. So just giving the corner a minute to dry. And now I need dimensionals on the back of our bunny. And so, yeah, I need some edging because I need some smaller ones. So edging it is. Just cutting that edging to get smaller, whoops, smaller pieces of dimensional so that I can put them in him ears. And then down by his feet. And I can get one more. There we go. Now we just have to peel off the backings from these. And then this one is going to go on here like so. There we go. There's that one all done. Now this next couple are going to take a little bit of time, but bear with me. Oh, look, I do have, it's called Painted Lavender. It was right here. It was hiding. That was that purple one that I did. Okay. So this one is one that I did not get to love on very much, so I'm really sad that it's leaving. But it's called Market Goodness. There is a set of dies that goes with this. There is also DSP that goes with this that I absolutely love. And I used a piece on here. And I've also used our Fern embossing folder, and I know this one is being discontinued. And it makes me sad too because I use a lot of nature stamps. This piece is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, perfect size card. This one is a piece of garden green that is 4 by 5 1/4 that I ran through the embossing holder, and I'm going to put adhesive on here. And this one is going to go on here like so. Then I need a piece of garden green that is 3 by 4 1/4. I need a piece of white that is 4 by 2 3/4. And then I have a scrap piece of garden green, a scrap piece of white, and then that piece of DSP, that's the back side. This is the side I'm going to use. This piece measures 1.5 by 3.5, but I need to cut this in half. And so I'm going to put this in here at the 3/4 inch mark. And then I'm going to cut it in half. And I want to leave the two together so I know where the pattern is. Okay. And now I need to do some stamping on here. And so I need garden green and pumpkin pie for this one. So I'm going to bring this in. And pumpkin pie first for the carrots. And I am going to do this one just a little bit different. Yes, we're going to go center down here. This one's going to be up a little bit. And this one's going to be off to that side. This one is going to go this direction. And then we're going to have one here in that direction. Okay? So there are my carrots. Now I need garden green. So with the garden green now, I'm going to add the tops to my carrots. And because it's a photopolymer stamp, you can look right down through your stamp and know right where that needs to go. There we go. And then on this one, you can see the card right here. It's already done. And I laid that there just so you don't have to see me cut all of this out. So, yeah, I need my scrap paper again. Where it went? Okay, here it is. So I'm going to move this aside. I'm going to bring in my green piece. I'm going to ink this up again because I just want a bunch on here. So again, because I can look down through my block, the thanks is above it and a bunch is on here, so then I can cut it down to what I need. And then I fussy cut the thanks to go on here. So that's what that one looks like. But I'm going to show you real quick how I did this part. So I'm going to glue this on here. And then I can add my greeting later after we are done for today. I'm going to put, these are my, so top and bottom. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive at the bottom of this one and do approximately in the center, okay, like so. And then a little bit at the top of this one. And this is how you can make your DSP go farther. Now, could you cut one piece and call it good? You absolutely could, but let me show you something. Look at how much DSP I save by cutting it and spreading it apart. So that's just the way I like to preserve my paper. You can absolutely always buy more, so do what's easiest for you. Yeah, so put an adhesive on here, and then this you want approximately in the center from top to bottom, and then the carrots go from left to right. So there we go. The only thing I need to add are my greetings after I cut those out. But there is the finished card right there. So what do you think about that? Isn't that cute? Love it. Okay, one more card. This card was a fun fold. Now, I typically do not do a fun fold at my 10 card class, but I had a really special group of people, and my sister-in-law, and she wanted an Easter card, and so this just made me think of her, so I wanted to use this one for her. And I watched Deb Smeek make this card, and so I am going to do it here with you, and hopefully it turns out like it's supposed to. So on this one, I took God Bless, and this one came from another stamp set. I'm trying to remember. It's over there. It's on the other table. I forget which stamp set it's from. And then I took these flowers from another set, and that's going to go on there. Oh, I didn't tell you the size of these. 3 1/4 by 5 1/4 for the basic white. The espresso was 3 1/2 by 5 1/2. Okay. Then I need another piece of white. That is 5 by 5 1/4. So you want 5 1/4 tall and 5 across. Okay, so it's 5 this way, 5 1/4 tall. Then I had to score this at 1 inch, and then I had to score it at 1 7/8 and 3 1/8. And so we're going to fold this side down. We're going to fold this side down. So the 2 score lines in the middle get folded down. Okay? so there's that. So we open it back up. Now there's 2 score lines remaining. So see, the middle goes flat. These are going to go up like the paper airplanes like we used to do. So this one is going to go this way. And this one is going to go this way. Okay, so now this is what you get. I used espresso brown. Then I took my punches. I did 1 3/4 basic white and then a 2-inch basic beige. And I stamped Easter greetings in the middle of the white, like so. And then I took the flowers and stamped those on there. And then just like the rabbit one, I did yellow in the center of the flowers for both the written part, and then I did the granny apple green for the leaves. Okay, and these. Okay, now hold on, we still have parts, and we'll put this thing together so you can see how this goes. Okay, so there is that. Okay, so stamping is all done. All right, so this piece is going to go on my brown, my early espresso. And this is going to be the back of the card, and this is where you would write your greeting. This one is going to go on my basic beige. On here, centered on here. Now let's talk about the rest of our pieces. I needed a piece of early espresso that was 1 1/8 by 5 1/8. Then I needed a piece of DSP, and I used the Country Woods, and this one is 1 by 5. Then I needed a piece of white, basic white, that was 1 1/2 by 3 1/8. I needed a piece of early espresso that was 1 1/8 by 3. And then I needed another piece of the same DSP that was 1 by 2 7/8. Okay, so we're going to use these now. And I'm going to put adhesive on this. I'm just trying to keep our pieces at bay, so there's not so many. And we've got just a couple more pieces yet. Okay, so that one's done. Now let's layer these together. Thank you for sticking with me. If you're still here, I appreciate you. I hope you guys are enjoying these cards. Like I said, you'll be able to go back and re-watch this video to your heart's content. Okay, so there is that. Now our last 4 pieces, we need 2 basic beige that are 7/8 by 5 1/8. Okay, so there's the 2 basic beige. Then I need 2 pieces. This is from the new online textured set. It's like a woven. This is 3/4 of an inch by 5. So I've got 2 pieces of this DSP. Isn't that pretty? Love this DSP. So go get you some of this. So I'm going to adhere these on to the basic beige. There is just a tiny border on these. Okay, just a tiny, tiny border. So again, putting these together. Like I said, we do not do a fun fold, but it was right before Easter, and my sister-in-law wanted a religious Easter card. So I said, I've got just the thing. I think you'll be able to handle it because it's mostly gluing. And see, I'm right here. And you know what? Every person that made this card, they did absolutely fine. Their cards turned out beautiful, and they were very happy with them. So here is this. And if you guys are commenting on here, I'm sorry I'm not saying anything back. Yeah, like I said, I can't see anything. Okay, I'm putting adhesive on the back of this one. And this one is now going to go on the center of here. Now, those of you who stamp with me here at class know that I love my grid papers. So I am going to take this and find the center of it, and I'm using this dotted line, so I need 2 slightly over and 2 slightly over, and then I'm going to go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to go up here to this dotted line. And so this dotted line that goes across here, I'm just kind of eyeballing it. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm going to put adhesive here in the middle of this. And then this one, just by guesstimating, it's okay. I'm looking to see if I'm pretty close to the dotted line under it. Like I said, don't have to be perfect. And then I'm just going to let that be held on there just for a second. Give it time to dry, okay? And so now what we're going to do is we're going to flip this over, because that's where you write your message. It's going to be on the back of the card. Now this one you want... So it's got 3 equal borders, top, bottom, and side, so that when you glue this one on, it all should fall into place. So I'm double checking. Okay, so I'm going to put adhesive on here, and it's liquid glue, so it gives me just a minute to shift it. Again, I want it approximate 3 equal borders. There we go. That's pretty close. So I'm going to quickly check this. Lay that on there. And you can turn it sideways so you can see it better. Like that. And I want to make sure that's going to lay flat. And yeah, that looks like I did pretty good. So now, when you glue this one, you put adhesive on this bottom section. Okay. Now this, this folds flat, so then you can see how it folds flat. Then you can put this right down flat. That's where you want it to be, and then it should fold either direction. And because of the size of this, the measurement of this, when it's folded flat, it fits in a standard envelope, so you can still mail it. Okay, so there is that. Now we just need to put this on. And so I know that it's going to be here in the middle. So I'm just going to put my dimensionals on here. Again, you can lay it flat. Okay, put that on. And then we can put our greeting on here, like so. There we go. There is your 9th card. What do you guys think? I know I went fast and furious today, and I knew it would be, but I wanted to give you some creating fun. Hoping you enjoyed it. So there's 3, 4, let's see, 5, 6, whoops, 6, 7, 8, and number 9. Ha! Look at all of those. What do you think? Fast and Furious, thank you so much for giving me a little extra of your time today. I really appreciate you. Do me a favor and like my page and share me with your friends if you've enjoyed what you've seen here today. Again, this is a sampling of my 10 card class, so kind of gives you an idea for that. Also, and the biggest, most important thing is most of this is retiring. So, with that, please go onto my online store, look around, set up your account, and then reach out to me if you have any questions or need help in any way. That is what I'm here for, and that's what I love to do. So, thank you, everybody. I hope you have a great week. Yes, I will be on here this coming Friday because we are not leaving until Sunday. So, yes, I will be here next Friday, the last Friday in April. So, have a great week, everybody. Happy Easter, and I will see you on Friday. Bye, everybody.